Travel agencies in Singapore are facing mounting losses as tour groups cancel or postpone trips to Europe due to the Middle East conflict. With fewer flights passing through the region, operators say some travelers are reluctant to rebook amid uncertainty. One agency expects to pay about $270,000 in cancellation costs. Holidaymakers are now turning to destinations like China and Taiwan instead, driving up demand in airfares. Nasyrah Rohim finds out more.
For some travellers, the March holidays were supposed to be filled with new experiences, like chasing the northern lights and sleeping in glass igloos like this. But with just a few flights flying through the Middle East amid the war in Iran, these plans are now put on hold. For this tour agency, some clients are sceptical about shifting their bookings to a later date in April, given the uncertainties around the Middle Eastern conflict. This has left tour agencies like this to bear the cost.
Also trying to see if we can actually just ask for a refund of the tickets. That's what we are looking at to mitigate some loss, at least from the airline side. For other suppliers like those glass igloos and all that, we can only try to negotiate and see, but chances are slim. But we are trying our best to see if we can waive those charges. Otherwise, as I mentioned, we are bearing it.
Checks done by CNA show that one-way flights in May to Amsterdam through Shanghai or India, for example, cost more than double than it was in February. For travellers who are still keen for an overseas holiday, they're heading to nearby destinations like China and Taiwan. But flights to these places have gone up too. This travel agency says flights to China are 20% more expensive compared to the same time last year. It says this is due to rising fuel prices and the sudden boost in travel demand to Asia.
Since we already see an increase in tours going to Asia or China, we are trying to offer passengers or our guests a lot more other destination, and we try to come up with more experiential itineraries in, let's say, Taiwan, to allow guests to have a different experience compared to the generic itineraries that it's evergreen on the counter.
For these agencies and tourists, the path ahead remains bumpy as they brace for airline and cruise fuel surcharges in the coming weeks.